Did you know that someone in the world has a stroke every 40 seconds? It's a shocking statistic that highlights just how quickly strokes can strike and change lives forever. But what exactly is a stroke, and how does it happen? Today, we're going to dive into this critical topic and explore the impact that strokes have on individuals and families. When we think about strokes, we often think about the sudden onset of symptoms, the numbness, the weakness, the difficulty speaking. But what we often don't think about is the immense emotional toll that strokes can take on families and loved ones. From the shock and fear of witnessing a loved one's sudden decline, to the long and difficult road to recovery, strokes can be a devastating experience for everyone involved. But despite the severity of their impact, strokes are often shrouded in mystery. Many people don't understand what a stroke is, or how it happens. And even fewer people know how to recognize the warning signs, or what to do in the event of an emergency. That's why it's so important to educate ourselves and our loved ones about strokes, and to take action to prevent them from happening in the first place. As we explore this topic, we'll be shedding light on the darker corners of stroke awareness, and highlighting the incredible stories of resilience and hope that have come out of this community. From the medical professionals who are working tirelessly to improve stroke care, to the survivors who are fighting to rebuild their lives, this is a journey that will leave you informed, inspired, and empowered. A stroke occurs when the blood supply to the brain is interrupted, either due to a blockage or a bleed. This can happen for a variety of reasons, including high blood pressure, atrial fibrillation, and blood vessel disease. And while strokes are often associated with older adults, they can happen to anyone, at any age. In fact, strokes are the leading cause of disability worldwide, and the fifth leading cause of death in the United States. According to the American Heart Association, someone in the U.S. has a stroke every 40 seconds, and every 4 minutes, someone dies from a stroke. These statistics are staggering, and they highlight just how critical it is that we take action to prevent strokes from occurring. There are different types of strokes, including ischemic strokes, which are caused by blockages, and hemorrhagic strokes, which are caused by bleeds. Transient ischemic attacks, or TIAs, are also known as mini-strokes, and are often a warning sign that a larger stroke is on the horizon. Whatever the type, strokes require immediate medical attention, and prompt treatment can make all the difference in terms of outcome. Sarah was just 32 years old when she had her first stroke. She had been experiencing migraines for weeks, but she never could have imagined that they were a sign of something more serious. One morning, she woke up and couldn't move her left side. Her husband called 911, and she was rushed to the hospital, where doctors confirmed that she had suffered a hemorrhagic stroke. For weeks, Sarah was in a coma, fighting for her life. When she finally came to, she was left with severe cognitive impairments, and was unable to speak or move. Her recovery was long and difficult, but with the help of her loved ones and a team of dedicated medical professionals, she was eventually able to regain some of her mobility and cognitive function. But Sarah's story is far from unique. Every year, hundreds of thousands of people experience strokes, and are left to navigate the long and difficult road to recovery. For many, this journey is marked by frustration, fear, and uncertainty. But for others, it's an opportunity to rebuild, to rediscover, and to find a new sense of purpose. John had always been an active guy, but after his stroke, he was left unable to walk. He was devastated, and felt like a part of him had been lost forever. But with the help of his physical therapist, he was eventually able to regain some of his mobility, and even learn to walk again. Today, John is an advocate for stroke awareness, and is passionate about helping others who are going through what he went through. Mark was just 45 years old when he had his stroke, and was left with severe aphasia. He couldn't speak, couldn't read, and couldn't write. But with the help of his speech therapist, he was eventually able to regain some of his language skills, and even started writing again. Today, Mark is a published author, and is passionate about sharing his story with others. These stories are a testament to the resilience and determination of stroke survivors, and are a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. But they also highlight the challenges that stroke survivors face, from the physical and emotional toll of recovery, to the financial and social obstacles that can arise. One of the biggest challenges that stroke survivors face is the emotional toll of recovery. Depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder are all common after a stroke, and can make it difficult for survivors to cope with their new reality. Many survivors also experience feelings of loneliness and isolation, which can be exacerbated by the loss of mobility and independence. Financial stress is another major challenge that stroke survivors face. Medical bills can be astronomical, and lost wages can create a significant financial burden. Many survivors also have to navigate complex healthcare systems and deal with insurance companies and government agencies. It's a daunting task, and one that can be overwhelming for even the strongest among us. Despite these challenges, there are many reasons to be hopeful. Advances in medical technology have improved stroke treatment, and new therapies are being developed all the time. Community support systems are also essential, providing a lifeline for survivors and their families. Rehabilitation centers are also playing a critical role in the recovery process, providing intensive therapy and support to help survivors regain their mobility and independence. And medical advancements are holding out promise for new treatments and therapies, from stem cell therapy to robotics and artificial intelligence. But stroke rehabilitation isn't just about medical intervention, it's also about community support, and about creating a network of care and compassion that surrounds survivors and their families. Organizations like the American Heart Association and the National Stroke Association are doing critical work to raise awareness and support for stroke survivors, and to advocate for policy changes that benefit the stroke community. As we've seen, strokes can happen to anyone, at any age. But they can also be prevented, and with education, awareness, and support, we can create a world where fewer people have to suffer through the devastating impact of a stroke. So what can you do to prevent strokes from happening in the first place? From managing your blood pressure and cholesterol levels, to staying active and eating a healthy diet, there are many ways to reduce your risk. Did you know that up to 80% of strokes are preventable? It's a staggering statistic, and one that highlights just how critical it is that we take action to reduce our risk. So what are you waiting for? Take control of your health today, and start making changes that can help you live a longer, healthier life. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the world of strokes. If you're a stroke survivor, or if you know someone who has been affected by a stroke, I hope that this video has been informative, inspiring, and empowering. Remember to always prioritize your health, and to take action to prevent strokes from happening in the first place. And if you want to learn more about stroke prevention and recovery, be sure to check out some of the amazing resources available online. Until next time, take care of yourself, and keep on shining.